Actually, when they first told me that I was coming to Venice, I was already planning on coming to Italy as part of my hiatus. I was in Sydney at the time, and we'd planned this trip to do London and Paris, and then we were coming to Italy to do a little bit of Rome. This is my wife and I, and we had planned this Mediterranean cruise. And so when they said the shoot dates are going to be a few days after, we were planning on coming back to the States. I was like, oh sure, yeah, we can extend our holiday in Italy, and so we just added it on and did a road trip up to Venice, and we weren't going to have time to do Venice, and now we do. So it's been perfect. Shooting in Venice, shooting on location for a network show is unbelievable. You know, like I've done a couple of network shows now, and you know I haven't done anything like this. And you know, I feel like with Blindspot we try and bring as much realism, you know, to what we do as possible. And doing this kind of guerrilla unit here is it's so much fun, you know. And I love to get my hands dirty and, you know, do as much as I can. As you can see from this is not makeup, you know. These are real bruises from the fight scenes. And I don't know, I just think it adds a real film-like quality, you know, something you don't really get on network television. From 7 a.m., 8 a.m. right through to 6 p.m. we're on the water, and we're shooting this boat chase fight scene sequence that is just it's crazy. You know, you've got Venice in the background, the boat's going at 40 knots or whatever, and there's Sully and I on board this boat that's unmanned, and just going fast in a direction, and we're having this fight. And we just had to do it over and over and over again, different angles, different takes, and it was so much fun, but it was just brutal. It was very physical and very hot. At the end of season 2, things got very heated. Roman somehow walked away from it all, but not before his sister Jane had the opportunity to kill him or take him in, and she had the gun pointed at him, and you know, Roman was basically begging her to put him out of his misery. It was kind of how I saw it, because yeah, the poor guy is just filled with misery. There's so much turmoil and unresolved emotion going on within him. He just doesn't know what's how to process everything that happened in season 2, and there was a lot. So yeah, so somehow Jane's not able to kill him because of their bond, and I think that's a really interesting thing. And yeah, he walks away, and now, you know, we're heading into season 3, and there's a 2-year time jump, and I'm very excited. I think he's got, you know, he's got a pretty big plan. You know, I think he's gone away and he's done some thinking, and he's holding a pretty big grudge on his sister, and he's not going to let her get away with what she did to him. You know, and he feels like she betrayed him and stole his life with the erasing his memory, and yeah, he's not going to let it go. And so he's got a pretty big plan, and he's going to use her, you know, to see that plan come to fruition. The Jane Roman dynamic is so much fun to play. I don't know where it's headed. It could go any which way, which is probably, you know, why it's so fun. It's going to be fun for audiences. I think, you know, there are going to be people who are still rooting for Roman. There's going to be people who are like, no, that's it. I hate that guy. They should lock him up. They should kill him, whatever. But at the heart of that is the Jane Roman connection. And yeah, I don't know. I like to think that there's still hope for them. You know, I don't know how they would actually reconcile things. You know, you'd literally have to lock them up and make them go through therapy together. But you know, if there's still love there, and I think there has to be still love there to get to that point of hate. You know, you can't hate someone if you never love them. And so, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.